We've seen a lot of strides in the area of mental health and mental wellness, but the predominant operating paradigm is still about illness and about risk. And so we were very mindful in thinking about the TAM program of operationalizing our fundamental research question around finding strengths and positives and opportunities and prevention rather than thinking about risk.
When we say wellness, mental well-being, digital wellness, it means something different to everyone.
The inflection point between wellness and mental illness is not a super well-defined one, but one of the things that interested us about the TAM program and that reflected what we've been hearing from teens, we found that what motivates them is not the desire to avoid illness, but rather the desire to, not surprisingly, be well.
The Technology and Adolescent Mental Wellness Program is a grant funding mechanism where we have solicited academics, researchers, nonprofit organizations, people across the country who are interested in this foundational question of how technology can support adolescent mental wellness.
The TAM program was made possible by a large philanthropic gift that has allowed us to work collaboratively and shape the goals of the TAM program to include funding research projects, building a community around this topic, and through that community and through the funded projects, thinking about ways that we can disseminate and make what we learn through this program available to our end users of teens and the adults who support them.
So at the colloquium, we're going to be involved in panels where we hear from people who are experts in their respective fields. We're going to be hearing a lot from community members. We're going to be hearing from the people who did receive funding. They're going to share with us about their projects, the progress they've made so far.
We were so excited that we received submissions from all across the United States, from academics who were in the early part of their career to academics who were emeritus at their university. We received applications from industry, from nonprofit organizations. We were so excited to really get to understand the scope of work that people were proposing.
We awarded funding to 6 projects. We have a team in Portland who's working with Native American youth. We have a team in Milwaukee who's looking at privacy co-management among Latinx youth. A team of researchers in Seattle looking into how we can support peripartum adolescents using social media. We have a team in Manchester, New Hampshire who are going to be integrating a school-based curriculum. A team of researchers affiliated with Brown University who are looking at preventing adolescent cyber conflict using technology. And then we also have a team in California looking at the ways that a global entertainment program can impact the mental wellness of adolescent viewers.
So the colloquium represents a selection of the key stakeholders that we want at the table to talk about this topic of technology and adolescent mental wellness.
And the benefit to having everyone in the same room is that we can actively compare our approaches, compare our findings, and also fill in for each other's blind spots.
If we want to be able to use technology for good, we need to hold the people creating the technology accountable.
And so I think definitely looking at how can we create a better outlet and a better system.
If you look at teens and young adults, and I'm talking about up to age 22, with depression, almost all of them are already using online resources, using technology to help address the challenges that they're feeling. So they are trying to proactively use technology to promote their own mental well-being.
And seeing the way that social media affects everyone and their mental health so differently.
If I design an app that's supposed to help with depression, different adolescents and different people in general are going to use it at different paces. They're going to have different levels of engagement. They're going to see different features based on their preferences and the notifications that they set up.
In the youth and media space, particularly around overuse of media, around differential susceptibility.
How media shapes our reality. And that's very true for us as adults, and think how much more impactful that can be on an impressionable young mind.
Mental health and mental health awareness and just being more able to discuss it is incredibly important in taking steps to better society.
Touchscreens changed everything. Kids getting their own devices changed everything. Is there a way to maximize the positive effects that social media has for some young people with depression while minimizing the negative effects social media has for other young people?
There's a lot of sharing of social norms on social media.
Finding a way to make creating popularity and creating discussion around good mental health.
Who are the people out in the community, in universities, in schools, in industry, in the tech field, who are actively thinking about these issues, and how do we get all those people together in a room to try to think deeply about this topic together?
And to not only create community in this instance, but then to continue doing that over the next several years. How do we continue to interface with other people who have something valuable to tell us when it comes to technology and adolescent mental wellness?